What exactly is the Buga Sphere? It could be a hoax, or perhaps not. If it isn't a hoax, it might be evidence of an aliens, an indication of an ancient advanced civilization here on Earth, or even a product of modern manufacturing. If it's modern, it's probably proof, once again, that someone has advanced technology they want to keep hidden from ordinary people. Let's get into it. The Buga Sphere is a metallic orb discovered in Buga, Colombia in March 2025. Observers claim it was flying erratically, making zigzag movements, both in direction and in altitude, before it crashed into a field. Apparently, it was still warm or emitting low-frequency signals when it was recovered. Then it was sent to Mexico. Jaime Maussan actually went to Colombia to pick it up. He took possession of it. Honestly, that gives me pause. If you don't know him, Jaime Maussan is a prominent Mexican journalist, television producer, and proponent of UFO research. This was in April 2025. There were no formal custom declarations or commercial invoices recording this transfer. This was explained by Jaime's son in a 2026 conference, who said that there was no economic exchange of any kind between the discoverers of the Buga Sphere and Maussan Television. So in that case, no customs declarations were needed. Seriously? No money involved? I find that hard to believe. There is always money involved. But Maussan's son was very specific in the wording he used. The discoverers and Maussan Television. Maybe it wasn't Maussan Television who paid. Maybe it was Jaime Maussan himself. Or maybe the money wasn't paid to the people who discovered it. Maybe it was paid to local officials. I don't know. But I'm quite sure there was money involved. The Buga Sphere itself is a polished metallic orb with no visible welds or joints, about the size of a bowling ball. The surface is etched. There's actually grooves in the metal with intricate geometric patterns that are said to resemble a mix of ancient scripts and modern circuit board diagrams. Supposedly, it's extremely cold to the touch, regardless of the temperature of the room. The sphere's weight has steadily increased from about 4.5 pounds when it was first found to about 22 pounds now, all without changing shape or dimension. And radiocarbon dating performed by the University of Georgia's Center for Applied Isotope Studies on organic material, a resin, found inside the sphere, returned an age of about 12,500 years. Scientific tests have been conducted on it. CT and X-ray scans show that the sphere contains 3 concentric metal layers of varying densities. Advanced tomography images identified 18 high-density microspheres arranged in rings around a central chip or nucleus, as well as a complex belt structure. I don't really understand what I just said. I'm just telling you what's in the reports. Those who claim the Buga Sphere is a hoax have a lot to say. They argue that the viral video footage contains clear signs of digital manipulation and staged physical rigging, rather than documenting a genuine anomalous object. Corridor Crew is a team of professional VFX artists who analyzed the footage frame by frame. They noted that the sphere's movements were consistent with an object being suspended, maybe with wires, from something higher up, maybe a drone, and moved around, and the flying sequences showed abrupt stops and direction changes that they described as characteristic of stop-motion manipulation. Other critics dismiss the weight gain as camera tricks or scale manipulation, and argue that the carbon-dated resin could have been placed inside the sphere during its manufacture to artificially indicate a much older age. So, is the Buga Sphere a real anomalous object? Or is it a hoax? I have to admit I don't know. But any discussion of the sphere needs to include the 2 men most closely associated with it, Jaime Maussan and Dr. Stephen Greer. I'm not very familiar with Mousen. I know he is Mexico's #1 ufologist with decades of experience in television and with UFO issues. I don't know whether he is a researcher first or an entertainer. Maybe one of you can let me know in the comments. I do know more about Stephen Greer. Most of you do. And let me say it out loud. The man can be an arrogant jerk. But he also thinks a lot of himself. A lot. And with his holier-than-thou attitude on UFOs and disclosures, I don't believe he would willingly perpetuate a hoax like this because it would be beneath him. Maybe someone is deliberately trying to fool Greer? Possibly. But if so, I think that the critics' arguments that camera tricks were used to falsify the sphere's weight gain don't hold water. Greer was in the room. And frankly, to me, the weight gain is one of the strangest things about the sphere. I don't know whether the sphere is a hoax, but I don't dismiss it. More testing is needed. What do you think?